Chris Sewall here, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, in that order. Welcome everyone. Just a quick intro to this video as it's a slightly awkward edit, but I was having a Zoom call with Jeremy Donson, the Texas Snowman. We're just going to have a conversation and record it for to put on the channel. But about 45 minutes in or so, I gave him like a game that I had prepped. He knew a game was coming, but he didn't know anything about it. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So I decided to sort of edit out just the game and make a video out of just the game here. And so we're going to sort of jump right in here mid-conversation.
All right, so I remember you telling me, bro, that you had some kind of game or something that you wanted to play. And Chris has told me nothing about this game. He just told me, hey, there's a game I want to play. What do you think? I think you said, like, the name of what you're calling it. And I was like, sure, I have no idea what it is, but if you think it's going to be cool, then let's do it.
Yeah, it's just a very simple game. I have no idea. I have no idea if this... Well, I guess in theory, it could turn... Like, if people really like it, it could turn into, like, a regular thing where... but probably not. Probably it'll be a one-off fun Price is Right of sports cards type thing for you to play.
Oh, it's that kind of thing. Okay, gosh, who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to play it now, or you want to?
Whatever you want, brother.
Okay, you see my screen?
I do.
Okay, so I got 6 Price is Right trivias for you, and I'm giving you 2 cards. And you have to tell me which you think is more valuable. That's the whole game. Yeah, and we'll see how many of the 6 you can get. I want you to sort of talk through your logic on them, and then I'll give you the answer after. So, rule is simple enough.
Just so simple enough. So walk through my logic and pick one, right?
Yeah, and then we'll see how many you get right. I mean, they're pretty hard. I'll give you the heads up. These are pretty hard. Now the spread is enough where it's pretty obvious. If you saw the recent sales, it's obvious which is more valuable. But on the surface, it's pretty hard.
Especially with how much the market's changing, like weekly, daily.
Correct. So you sound like fun. You ready to do it?
I'm ready, buddy. Yeah, it does sound like
fun. Do we have the Price is Right theme, or I don't know?
Yeah, do it.
I'll add that in post. I don't know. I don't even know what it is in the.
All right, come on up.
Come on down. Yeah. All right. So we'll start with. So I'm gonna give a brief background of each card for viewers who aren't familiar with them before you start. So we're starting with football, modern football. You got a Mike Evans rookie and a Justin Herbert rookie. Both of them are PSA 10s. The Mike Evans is a green refractor, Topps Chrome green refractor, and the Justin Herbert is just the Panini Prizm base, not a Prizm parallel in any way. You can see the pop counts down below. So that's sort of the intro to it. Both are rookie cards. Which do you think is more valuable? Jeremy Donson.
All right, thank you, Bob. Wasn't that the guy's name?
Bob, yeah. I think it's Drew now. Drew.
It is Drew.
Yeah.
Huh?
Doesn't Drew Carey host it now?
He does, yeah. And I actually just found that out recently, and apparently he's been doing it for a long time. Yeah. So it shows you how that I watch. But it is pretty cool when I do watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, well, first off, I mean, generally quarterbacks are going to bring far higher numbers than any other position in football. Especially when you have younger prospects like Herbert, who a lot of people like. So when I look at the pop reports, and I mean, Mike Evans is a great wide receiver, won a Super Bowl. So I would like to say that, the Evans would be more because the pop is substantially lower. And it's not just a base card, it's a refractor, green refractor. But with the Herbert, they're obviously over 4,600 PSA 10s, which is crazy. But there's also a lot more people who are buying into him, whether they like the Chargers or I would say I would probably like to think most of them is just because they like collecting hot prospects and hope that they just blow up and they can, make a lot of money on the card. So I would say probably the Herbert is more valuable. With that said, it has come down quite a bit recently, so I don't know. It might be Evans. I'm going to go with Herbert, though.
Herbert, final answer?
Final answer.
There it is.
All right.
Nailed the first one. Look how cheap that Mike Evans is.
It's crazy, bro. There's no way that should be $75. I mean, he's a great player. It's a green refractor rookie
top 23, man.
I know. And I mean, it's a PSA 10. Like, to grade that card, I mean, well, depending on the special, I mean, it's like probably $20 shipped there and back with insurance, you know? I mean, it just I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me personally why that's only $75, but
Yeah. Okay, you're 1 for 1. Yeah. Well,
all right.
the one thing I wanted to say about it is, yeah, it sort of signifies how quarterbacks are so over
Oh yeah.
collected. I mean, or so overvalued. And Justin Herbert's obviously a great quarterback, but Mike Evans, if you were to like rank all the quarterbacks and then rank all the wide receivers, these two would probably be pretty close, right? In the
Yeah,
ranking.
I'd say so.
But and the Evans is a billion times rare. But yeah. Okay.
Right, and if you look at like a Herbert Green, it's not going to be anywhere
No.
substantially close to the Evans. So that's the problem I have. I think that one of the Evans has got to come up, or the Herberts have got to go down. But you know what? It may never happen. It may stay this way forever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, that was number 1. You nailed it. I gave you football. I figured you liked modern football because that's one of your areas of expertise.
I do. Number 1 is vintage. Number 2 is modern football. I really like modern football.
All right, so we're going to move on to vintage now for you. All right, we got a 61 Bob Gibson. This is a third-year Bob Gibson. Can you see the pop counts? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I can see him.
61 Bob Gibson. That's a third-year Bob Gibson in high-grade PSA 8. Or a Reggie Jackson rookie, 1969 tops in a PSA 4. Go.
Okay. Well, centering obviously plays a big factor.
Well, no, ignore that because it's just like a PSA. I'm just using
Okay.
the recent sales of a PSA 8.
All right. Yeah, that is a pretty good comparison there, man. I'm probably gonna have to go with the Reggie Jackson 4.
Reggie Jackson 4. Any extra analysis to give or no?
Well, I mean, I think the Gibson in an 8 is nice. I think there's a ton of higher grade Gibsons out there. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot more that can be graded higher grade like that, which really is irrelevant because right now that's a pop 493, pop 1500. But I think that I'm probably just going to have to say the Jackson, just because, I mean, if you look at values and stuff, I mean, the rookie cards obviously are significantly higher, then it's got a pretty big drop off, unless it's like some kind of rare short print that's high grade too, then that's obviously a different story. But I don't know, man. I just think that the Jackson rookie is going to be better than the Gibson third year, even though it is an 8. I really feel.
Well, the Jackson's obviously a much more iconic card here.
Right,
All right.
Exactly.
All right. No.
Oh, I was wrong.
Bit
Okay.
shocker on that one. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I actually thought the Jackson. I actually thought the tuner for the Jackson. I would have guessed that would have been higher.
Right. Yep. All right. Well, shoot, I missed that one.
Okay, 1 for 2. 1 for 2. You feeling good? Getting into the groove?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Feeling good.
I think I got a basketball, which I know is not your thing. But
Okay.
You ready for a basketball?
Ready. Ooh.
Okay, we got a Luka Doncic Silver Prism PSA 10 and a LeBron James Topps Chrome. That's the base, not a refractor. PSA 9. Ooh, forget that centering on that LeBron. That's ugly centering.
I was just gonna say that's pretty
for a
rough.
9. But yeah, ignore the centering. You got a Doncic Silver in a 10 or a LeBron Chrome rookie in a 9.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are awesome players. The Doncic, I mean, that card's just amazing. I mean, he's an amazing player to watch. I love watching him.
And these are both pretty iconic cards, I'd say.
They are, yeah. The Silver Prism in a 10 or the LeBron Chrome, ignoring the centering in a 9. I'm probably going to have to go with the LeBron. I think the LeBron's going to be worth a bit more.
Final answer?
Final answer. Dang it!
Oh, man. Oh, we've been...
Dude, that's so close.
That one was a close. That's a little cheap because it was a little close. But we're at... yeah.
That's good. Nice. All right, yeah.
They've both come way down.
Dude,
but the
I know.
LeBron has actually come down farther. If you went back a year or so, you'd probably have gotten that one, or maybe
Yeah,
not.
I was loosely following that because of your Chrome that
Yeah,
you have.
yeah,
And it was a major roller coaster. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All right, you ready for question number 4?
Yep.
All right, a junk wax era one.
Oh.
You got my boy, rookie in an 8, and a Juan Gonzalez Topps rookie in a 10.
Well, Cal Ripken's a common, right?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, we have a lot of fun history going back and forth because that's his favorite player, and I always like, isn't that a common? Like, why do you collect commons? But anyways, no, I actually like Ripken a lot. He was a great player.
Yeah, right.
I really don't want Juan Gonzalez 10 to be worth more than that, so I'm going to say the Ripken 8.
The Ripken 8, final answer?
Oh, man.
Why-
Pop report's so insane versus 178.
I wasn't trying to change your answer. Well, so the reason I threw this one is because we bought that huge collection recently, which had a ton of this like Juan Gonzalez stuff. It was a very interesting collection. A lot of graded sort of semi-stars that had really low pops.
You know what? Okay, I'm going to put it this way.
Yeah.
I want the Ripken 8 to be worth more than that one.
Yeah.
But because it's 178 versus over 16,000, and because it's a PSA 10, and because that really has been more hot now, the junk wax rookie type of stuff. As much as I don't want it to be true, I'm probably going to say it's the Gonzalez.
Final answer? Did I talk you out of your old answer?
I don't think you talked me out of it. No. I just think I don't want it to be Gonzalez, but I think it probably would be because it's a 10.
All right, ready?
Yeah. Yep.
Come on, man. I'm not going to put one in here with Ripken where he's not the higher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should have stuck with Ripken. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Ready for next? We're going back to football for you.
Ready.
Told you this was hard.
It is. Dude, this is hard. Man. Okay.
All right, we got a Joe Montana rookie and a PSA 8. That's his only rookie. And a Patrick Mahomes Donruss rookie and a PSA 10. He's got lots of rookies, but the Donruss is one of the more collectible ones. That's a more common set, we'll say.
Yeah.
And I'll say that this one is the one where the gap is the biggest in terms of the difference in price.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to say the Mahomes. I think it's the Mahomes is worth more.
Mahomes' final answer?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, man. So let's talk about this for a second. So Joe Montana, until Tom Brady has, won more rings than a team has, was the GOAT, hands down, my opinion, right? So the fact that his only rookie card is not worth more is really, really a little bit surprising to me. I mean, I understand the pop's like, 8,000 and there's 2,300 of them that are higher, but how many Mahomes rookies are there? Way more.
Totally,
you know what I'm saying?
Totally agree. I was surprised that an 8 is only $300. I mean, yeah, like you said, that's his only rookie.
And you could, I really feel you could safely argue that an 81 and an 8 is about the same equivalence as, like, percentage-wise. Okay, you probably get, an 8 on roughly this percent of the cards would probably be, in my opinion, more rare than the percent of cards that Mahomes rookies could get a 10.
Yeah, well, opinion. and the point I would make is that, okay, just at these two cards, the pop on the Mahomes is much lower, but Mahomes has 100 rookies. And,
exactly.
And if you added up the pop on all of them, I mean, it's
100 times.
I was surprised. Well, so I was surprised the Montana was so low, but I was also surprised the pop count was so high. That's actually a very high pop count for an 81 card.
It is. It is.
But still, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely high. But yeah, no, I mean, it just, when you think about it, it's like, okay, well, I mean, I understand Mahomes is hot, but Montana is far and above Mahomes in every everything because he's
at this
done.
point, yeah.
Like, look, Mahomes is an amazing quarterback. I am not taking a single thing away from Mahomes. If he keeps doing what he's doing, he may be Montana or a Montana later on in his career. But the fact that the Montana who is done, he's not playing, he hasn't played in a long time, is half of that, and there's like 200 times more Mahomes cards than there are Montanas. It just, to me, just does not make sense. It just does not make sense. And maybe it's because people are watching Mahomes play and they're more interested in him, and so there's more buyers for Mahomes than there are Montana. Maybe that's probably
definitely a big part of it, yeah.
And because if he wins 2, 3, 4 Super Bowls, then they're going to make money. So they're looking at that as more of a shorter-term investment maybe than a longer-term hold of a Montana.
Yeah, there's not really a reason Montana would like spike up, whereas there's lots of reasons the Mahomes would.
Yes, yeah. All right, cool.
All right, last one. You ready?
Ready.
I'll warn you. This one's in your wheelhouse, but it's the hardest in terms of the prices are the closest.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just prep it. The Ty Cobb is T206. That's the T206 set with the famous Honus Wagner. Ty Cobb is he's not the second most valuable. He's essentially the second most valuable, other than a couple rare, super rare kind of common guys, or not quite. But Ty Cobb appears in the set 4 times. This is the bat off shoulder variation, and I think this is the second rarest of the 4. You would know that better than me.
Yeah, it's green, bat off, bat on.
Bat off, bat on, red. Yeah. So this is the second rarest of the 4. It's a common back. It's a Piedmont back, which is the most common. But in the pop there is for all Piedmont backs. 97 with a 130 with 138 higher.
Okay.
And then the Willie Mays is the Willie Mays rookie, 1951 Bowman. These are both very iconic cards.
Oh yeah, love these cards. All right, so assuming it's not like a Piedmont Factory 42 or something like that, it's just a regular Piedmont back. They have both gone up tremendously, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, both gone up just through the roof. I'm gonna have to say it's the Cobb is higher. I'm gonna have to say the Cobb is higher than the Mays. Yeah.
Any analysis, or just that's just a guess?
Well, I mean, it's a grade higher than the Mays. Yes, that is Mays' rookie card. But the Cobb especially has just really gone up so much, man. Like if you look at how much Cobb has gone up versus like Young and Cy Young and different guys, just gone up just head and shoulders more than even those other great players who have also gone up. So it's just like, it's one of those things that it's like the Ruth, the Mantle, and the Cobb. Like those 3 are just, and everything else has gone up too. I'm not saying it hasn't. The Mays has gone up tremendously. But I think that with the, it's a grade higher. It's his second best card in the T206 set. I'm going to have to say the Cobb in a 4 would be worth more.
All right. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Either of those prices surprise you, or does that seem about right?
Honestly, I think that the Cobb should. I was thinking that the Cobb was more along the lines of like 12.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Reds recently sell for 4. I'm sorry. I've seen Reds in a 4 recently sell for like 10,000 range. So I actually thought that would be higher than 10.
Okay.
Yeah. But we both know there's a big margin in range based on centering and a bunch of other stuff. So, I don't remember the exact details of the 4. Maybe it was a really nicely centered red 4 that was like that or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought it'd be a little bit more. That Maze, man, I mean, dude, not too long ago, you could have picked that card up for like
$1,000. I was thinking like $1,000 to $2,000 for like a couple of years ago.
I would probably say right around there. Probably right around there. Maybe even a little lower. But yeah, probably about that, I would say. Yeah.
The Maze has actually come down a bit in the last year, but not much. Like a lot of the modern stuff has really plummeted in the last 6 months plus. The Maze has trended down, but not by much.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
and it's like it sticks to the higher end cards, especially vintage. The vintage higher end cards are going to be more stable, and some of them go up even though everything else goes down. I mean, look at the 52 Topps mantle. What's going on with it right now? I mean, it's just stupid.
Yeah. Well, that $12 million sale helps helps demand.
Yeah. Man, great.
Okay, there you go. Well, there you go.
So what was I? 3?
I don't know. Were you 3? I thought you had 4. Was it 3 or 4 you got?
Well, I on the Ripken, everything in my being did not want to say who was the other Gonzalez. Horrible, just mass produced, junk era card. But I was like, you know what? It shouldn't be that card, but knowing what's going on, it might just be, you know what I mean? So I was like, I want to say Ripken, but I'd say, that one really, truly, I should have said Ripken. That was my first gut reaction. It was like, oh, definitely the Ripken. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, it's a 10, and who knows?
I thought I had talked you out of it, but I wasn't trying to.
No, I made my own decision. I mean,
you're a big boy.
I'm a big boy. Yeah. No, you didn't. You really didn't talk me out of it.
Yeah, you got Herbert. You got the Herbert right. The Jackson, no good. Mm-hmm. The Doncic, no good. That one was a hard one. So you went 3 for 6. Okay, was that fun?
It was fun. Yeah, it was very fun. Okay. Maybe it might make sense for people to comment below and say, "Hey, that was fun. Can you all do more?" Or, "Nah, don't do that."
Yeah.
I don't. It was pretty cool though. I liked that.
If people really like it, we can definitely get like a theme song going, and get a.
and you know what? Maybe next time I quiz you.
Yeah, definitely. We can get some celebrity players on here and. Have a battle somehow, you against them. I don't know how you would even do it.
That would be super cool, man. That would be super cool. I actually already know a couple of things that I would throw your way and say, hey, man, which one of these is worth more?
Oh yeah, just okay. Stump.
Just really tricky. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, hey, man, $5 separates them or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some of those were tough. Like, I would say the hardest one for me was probably the 8. Versus the 8 Gibson versus the 4
Jackson,
yeah, that was probably the hardest because
I would have definitely got that wrong. By the way,
really,
yeah.
You would have guessed Jackson too.
Yeah, I would have. Well, what was the Jackson again? Yeah, Jackson was $200. I would have thought the Jackson was more than $200 in a 4. It's an iconic card. The Bob Gibson, I mean, the 61 set's actually pretty easy to get in higher grade and. It's just sort of like a random star card from the 60s. I mean, I guess it is a third year, but...
Right. But it just drops off so much after that, Like, I mean, rookie year versus third year is such a big drop. And like you said, it's a Reggie Jackson rookie card. I mean, Mr. October, who doesn't want that card, Yeah, I really... That was probably the hardest one. Because I know that 8s, I mean, they shoot up tremendously in value if it's an 8. So I was like, man, that's a really tough call, but I think it's got to be the... Jackson.
Yeah.
That was probably the hardest.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be around too because I had fun. I had fun making it and quizzing you on it.
Thanks. And so what would you do? Well, I guess you saw the prices, so you can't really say.
I can try to give my honest assessment. I would have definitely gotten Herbert right. That's only because I know Evans because I know Evans is super cheap. I actually thought he was too cheap.
I agree.
I would definitely guess Reggie Jackson, so I would have gotten that wrong. LeBron Doncic, I don't know. That would have been a toss-up, probably, based on how I felt in the moment. Ripken Gonzalez. I actually probably would have guessed Gonzalez. Doesn't seem like a PSA 10. I mean, he's not like a nobody. He won 2 MVPs. Well, here's how I would have thought it through in my head. Okay, Juan Gonzalez. It's a pop 178. I'm looking at the screen here. I know the viewers can't see it, but it's a pop 178. There's got to be 178 serious Juan Gonzalez collectors out there who want his Topps rookie in a 10, and who want who want the nicest Juan Gonzalez cards there are. His Topps rookie in a 10. I mean, that's one of the cards you'd want. So I would have thought there'd be more. I don't know, $30, but yeah, I guess that's all it's worth. So I would have gotten that one wrong for sure. The Montana Mahomes, I probably would have gotten right. Yeah, I would have probably gotten that right. And then, yeah, the Cobb Mays would have been a crapshoot, a toss-up. We'll say 50-50 on whether I would have gotten that right. I actually probably would have gone Mays on it.
So you probably would have been. I would
have been similar to you, 3 out of 6.
And it would have been 4 and 2 or 3 and 3, one of those two.
Yeah, right.
Really, every fiber in my being, bro, wanted to vote for Ripken, but the more I thought about it, I changed my mind, and I was like, you know what? I don't want this to be true, but
I mean, look at this pop count on this Cal Ripken. 16,000 copies in an 8. 16,000, man.
Wow. And Ripken's a common, right?
And Ripken's a common. I mean, Bob Bonner had a better career.
Oh man, you got to respect Ripken, dude. He, like I said, I give Chris a hard time all the time, but I actually do really like Ripken too. Yeah, he was a tough dude. He beat Lou Gehrig's record for most consecutive games.
He was the Iron Man, man. You gotta give some love there.
I don't know that that's ever going to be broken, honestly.
Nobody's come anywhere near close. Nobody's even come halfway since he.
I don't think it's ever going to get broken. Yeah. It might. It might.
I mean, they said that about Gehrig, right? Nobody will ever break it, but then.
True. Very true. And he played hurt a bunch of times too, Ripken.
Well, the other thing that was amazing about, so when Ripken finally ended the streak, he broke the record by like 500 games about, and at that point, nobody playing had even played 500 games consecutively. So he would have, just the amount he broke the record by was the current highest.
Oh wow! See, I didn't know that.
If that makes sense, yeah.
Wow, yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty crazy.
Cool. Yeah.
What an alpha male, huh?
What an alpha male. I would love to do like videos on Cal Ripken, but every once in a while I do, and they don't really get any views. But maybe I'll just do it some for fun, for my own sake. So anyone in the comments, anyone watching, and put in the comments if you how you would have done, and be honest.
Yeah.
Like, don't go just coming out. I would have nailed all 6, but what or maybe you would have nailed all 6, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know how you would have done.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
All right, man. Shall we call it a day?
Yeah, buddy. This was super fun, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Anything else you wanted to touch on real quick, or we sort of covered it?
I mean, there's so much, right? But we so little backstory here, guys. Like Chris was like, okay, now we got to make sure that we don't talk for like 4 hours because we can. So let's just try to keep it under an hour if possible. So for that reason, no, I'm good.
Well, yeah. So I'll just expand on that real quick. So the first time we did a conversation, we were going to talk for an hour, and then we talked for 4 hours, and then I was like, well, I was actually going out of town for something, and it was like, okay, well, I'll just split it up into 4 videos and then make 4 1-hour videos, which I did, and then they got like, the first video got like a lot of love and then they got sort of like decreasing number of views, and by the 4th one, like nobody was watching. It's just because they're too long. Like people don't have time to watch 2 people talk for 4 hours. So it's like, okay, we gotta limit it. But everyone loved loved them in general, but it was just too long.
Good. It was really fun to talk about that too.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
Yeah. All right, man. Cool. We'll catch up again soon, and thanks for coming on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks, man. Appreciate you having me.
All right, man. Later.
Later.